Here we presents the top 5 best 24-inch monitors. Starting at number 5, Dell SE2419Hx. The vast majority of monitors come with matte anti-glare screen surfaces. Whilst this gives the user more flexibility with their room lighting, it also affects the light emitted from the monitor itself. For some, the pop and purity of the image on a glossy screen is very attractive indeed. The Dell SE2419H stays true to other relatively recent 24 offerings from the S series, including the popular S2415H. It offers a glossy 24 IPS type panel with a simple design and affordable price tag. We put this monitor through its paces to see how it performs in a range of real-world testing scenarios, including games and movies. As far as responsiveness goes, the monitor performed reasonably well within the confines of its 60 Hz refresh rate. It had very low input lag and pixel responsiveness, which was good enough for a decent 60 Hz experience. There were some weaknesses in terms of powdery trailing and overshoot in places, but nothing extreme nor particularly unusual for the panel type. The monitor wasn't comfortable running above 60 Hz, with the aforementioned interlace patterns becoming far too pronounced, and a limit of 71 Hz on our unit. It also doesn't support FreeSync, which some models in the price range do. If you consider the feature set of the monitor, fairly limited port selection and limited ergonomic flexibility, it's very much a no-frills product. But it does offer a solid all-round performance, which is difficult to argue with at the price. The basic aesthetic and very slim bezels will also appeal to some users, so it's definitely a strong contender in the budget Full HD monitor space. For more information and price, check out the product links in description. At number 4. Planar PCT 2485 Helium. As expected, the release of Windows 8 has sparked an uptick in touchscreen monitor production, and these interactive monitors are finally beginning to hit the shelves. So far we've reviewed a handful of 22 and 23-inch touchscreens, with more on the way. The Planar Helium PCT 2785 represents the first big-screen touchscreen monitor to hit PC labs since the Win 8 launch, and it's also the first we've seen to use 20-point touch technology. This massive monitor uses a 27-inch MVA panel, a technology known for high native contrast ratios, rich color reproduction, and relatively wide viewing angles. It offers plenty of ports, and is equipped with a built-in webcam and a versatile stand. However, its grayscale performance is only middling, and you can make out faint vertical lines when viewing a very light background. The Helium looks like a tablet on steroids. The 1920 by 1080 resolution panel and its thick black bezels sit beneath a sheet of edge-to-edge glass. A webcam and microphone array is embedded in the top bezel, and a shiny planar logo is attached to the bottom. A touch-sensitive power button and 4 touch function buttons are positioned along the lower right side, and 2 3-watt speakers are built into the rear of the cabinet. The speakers are relatively loud and full-sounding. They don't pump out booming bass, but they do provide enough bottom to keep from sounding tinny. The Planar Helium is a beautifully designed 27-inch touchscreen monitor featuring 20-point progressive capacitive touch, MVA panel technology, and a nice selection of ports. Halfway of my listed number 3. Asus VG245H. If you're looking for an affordable gaming monitor that won't break your bank yet works perfectly fine even with a budget-friendly PC rig, the Asus VG245H is worth checking out. It offers a 75 Hz refresh rate, a 1 millisecond response time speed, and AMD FreeSync technology for smooth, fast-paced gameplay. The image quality of the Asus VG245H monitor is decent, but for the same amount of money, you could get an IPS display with more vibrant colors and wider viewing angles. Well, if you mostly play competitive and fast-paced games, a faster response time will better manage ghosting and trailing artifacts of fast-moving objects. While the 1 millisecond response time speed effectively eliminates motion blur, the Asus VG245H input lag of only 10 milliseconds ensures responsive gameplay with no delay between your actions and the result on the screen. The price of Asus VG245H amounts to $180, which is quite expensive, considering it's an old monitor. Nowadays, you can get a 243 monitor such as the AP24G2 with not only a higher 144Hz refresh rate, but a better IPS panel as well for wide viewing angles and vivid colors. For more information and price, check out the product links in description. Coming in at number 2. HP VH240a. The business monitors in HP's work line have been providing stellar performance and ergonomic comfort to office users for many years, and this year's editions continues the trend. The HP VH240a is a monitor designed for users who spend equal amounts of time working on a desktop PC and a laptop PC. This monitor's aesthetic is pleasing to the eye, and that's not where its impressive feature set ends. This time around, this 23.8-inch monitor adds a pair of speakers to the bezel-free frame. Thin bezels and a very slim, 1.5-inch, matte black cabinet give the HP VH240a an understated look, just like the 27-inch Asus VG245H. The 15-pound cabinet is supported by a black, rectangular stand with a short mounting arm that allows you tilt the panel 30 degrees, and it gets height and pivot adjustments as well. All I/O ports are located around the back, facing downward. They include one HDMI and one VGA port, but missing are the common USB ports used to connect to storage devices, mobile devices and other peripherals. Also, around the back, on the lower side, are 4 function buttons used to access the settings, as well as the power button. The 23-inch IPS panel has a maximum resolution of 1920 by 1080, 72% sRGB, a peak brightness of 250 candelas M2, a 1001 contrast ratio, and a 5 millisecond pixel response. The on-screen settings include brightness, contrast, color control, input control, image control, power control, menu control, management, and language. Included in the box are a 1.8 meters VGA cable and a resource CD containing drivers and a user guide. And number 1. Acer R240HY. The Acer R240HY is a 24-inch mid-range monitor that uses an in-plane switching panel to deliver good color accuracy and solid grayscale performance without drawing a lot of power. It is equipped with 3 video inputs and features a sleek bezel-free design, but it lacks USB connectivity and ergonomic adjustments, and it won't give you the same level of detail that you get from its high-resolution sibling and our current editor's choice for mid-range monitors, the Acer H257H. The R240HY's good looks come by way of a bezel-free, glossy black cabinet that is only a half-inch thick at its thinnest point. It is supported by a matching ring-shaped base that provides 20 degrees of tilt adjustability, but has no height, pivot, or swivel adjustment. It also lacks VESA mounting capabilities. The 1920 by 1080 resolution IPS panel has a non-reflective coating and a peak brightness of 250 nits. Along the bottom edge of the panel is a strip of glossy black trim that holds 5 function buttons and a power switch, and around back are an HDMI port, a DVI port, and a VGA port, as well as a headphone jack. As with many mid-range monitors, the R240HY lacks USB ports and speakers. It's also missing a DisplayPort input. Picture settings are basic and include brightness, contrast, and blue light adjustments, along with the usual analog settings. You won't find any advanced settings, such as the 6-axis color and gamma settings, that you get with the Acer H257H. Picture presets include user, eco, standard, graphics, and movie modes. I have included these product link in the description. You can check out this link for more information and latest price. Thank you for watching this video. Please hit the like button, share with your friends, and be sure to subscribe.